Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing good. The last video had a lot better retention, so I think you guys actually do like me commentating over the drive. So, oh wait. Yeah, sometimes the camera can't see my face because of what I'm using to record. But yeah, today's a little bit more wet. It's been raining. Usually in light rain, FSD actually performs pretty good. So I won't expect to see much problems today. And if you guys want to see like other kinds of conditions, like just let me know in the comments. Here in Canada, it doesn't snow anymore, so we won't see any of that. And also, this is not an all-wheel drive Model 3, so it's actually pretty shit in the winter. But I think in the summer, this is where this car shines. So I'm gonna try making a lot more videos. On the last video, someone put a comment saying that they wanted to get a Model Y, but they don't know if it's a good decision. I think the only thing that I really want more from my Model 3 is just more space and being higher up. I think SUVs are just so much more comfortable. So driving a Model 3, the only thing I kind of regret is not getting a Model Y. But obviously the Model Y is a lot more expensive. So if you could only like afford a Model 3, like I would say go for it. I love this car. You could see that, there are some build quality issues, like on the steering wheel is starting to peel. I think it's because I use the heated seats or the heated steering wheel quite a lot. I use the heated seats and heating steering wheel. Like, before I go on my drive, I preheat the car. So I think maybe it just keeps getting way too hot and the material just starts to peel. There are some like noises and stuff. One of my pillars is kind of shaky. But overall it's like fine. Like if you drove like, a regular luxury car, the build quality won't compare. Like say to a Lexus or something. But people are buying Teslas not for the build quality, which would be nice. Maybe the new ones are a lot better. I have no idea. But people are buying Teslas for the technology, because I don't think there's many cars out there in the world with FSD or some version of it. It's mainly just like lane centering, and traffic aware cruise control. So I don't know if there's any car with a system like FSD. So that's like the biggest selling point. Yeah, there are some used Teslas with like around before 2021, where they might not have hardware 3 and they might not be FSD capable. It might have hardware 2.5, I think. I think I was looking out for that when I was purchasing this, because I didn't know that there was like Teslas where it can't have FSD. I thought all of them like would have it. or be capable of having it. But even if, say, you did buy a Tesla with the older hardware, I think you could upgrade it to have hardware 3. But hardware 3 can't upgrade to hardware 4 or the new one, whatever the new one is. Maybe it's hardware 5. I have no idea. Apparently, like, it needs better cameras. I don't know. And like the parts don't fit in this Tesla or these older ones. So if you have hardware 3 like me, I guess we're kind of stuck with 12.6.4. But so far, like, I'm pretty fine with it. Like, it makes my drives a lot easier. Like, you know, obviously I would want it to be better. I would want it to be safer. But so far, you know, it handles pretty well. And it does make my drives a lot easier. That commenter also was asking about the ride quality. The ride quality is pretty okay, but like over like rough bumps, or like a lot of bumps, like you could really feel it. I'm going to be comparing my opinions to a Lexus because I have a Lexus, so I think that's probably the worst car to compare this to because Lexus does a really good job with their ride quality and they've had a lot of experience to fine-tune that experience. But like Teslas are not that bad. Like if this is your first car, you probably wouldn't even notice like anything. You'd probably think this feels pretty good. But yeah, like it's fine. Maybe the Model Y has better ride quality, so maybe they make the Model 3 a little bit more stiffer or something. But I saw today gas in Canada is up to $1.95, which is actually pretty crazy. Because during the night, the price per kilowatt hour, or price per kilowatt, is around 7 cents during the night. So, you know, you could really charge this for really cheap. So I think if you live in a city, it is just it makes a lot more sense to get an electric vehicle. I think that's the perfect place to be driving an electric vehicle. I think if you live in more rural areas or areas where, you know, can't really support an electric car, or maybe electricity is more expensive there, or also the fact that open roads are a lot less efficient for electric cars because, you know, you get less regen. Because another thing, it's like, you know, if you're planning on getting a Tesla to road trip in, that's probably not the best idea. It's just like you have to plan more accordingly. And if you're going into these like areas up north, or like these areas that are not populated by a lot of people, like cities where there's superchargers and stuff, it might get a little complicated. It might ruin your trip. Because like with the gas car, you don't really have to plan. Like you just know there's going to be a gas station literally anywhere, you know. But with an electric car, you like, before I even drive on a little road trip, I would have to be like, okay, is there a supercharger? Is there like any other like third party charging stations? How many stalls do they have? Could they support a lot of cars? How fast is the charging? Because if I'm on a road trip, I don't want to spend like more than like 20 minutes at a charger or something, But if the road trip area has like a supercharger, most of the time whenever I supercharge, like they have like food places or like a grocery store next to the supercharger, so you can just like go and get something to eat, or go to the washroom. But yeah, I think if you live in a house and you have the ability to charge it every night, and you live in like a city kind of area where it's like mainly stop and go traffic, or not stop and go traffic, but like you stop at lights and stuff, then I would 100% say yes to getting a Tesla, like, or consider an electric car. It doesn't even have to be a Tesla, it could just be anything, like Chevy Bolt or the Nissan Leaf. I was actually looking at one of those. Like the Nissan Leafs could go pretty cheap, but obviously each electric car has their perks and their downsides, so yeah, I do think gas cars like have their benefit too. Like for road trips, I think they're a lot better. I could go to Montreal and back, I swear, on a full tank. But in this car, I'd probably have to charge 2 times. I haven't done it yet, but if I do, maybe I'll do a little time lapse of the whole journey if you'd like to see that. But yeah, after this light, I'm gonna end the video so you can see a final left turn. But yeah, if you enjoy these videos and they provide some sort of helpful information to you on purchasing a Tesla or FSD in general, especially on older software like Hardware 3, because this is a Hardware 3 vehicle, be sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see more of. If you want to see more city driving, if you want to see more driving like down open roads, or more highway driving, or maybe even like parking lots or something. But yeah, that is pretty much it. See you guys. Thanks for watching.